So since the struts on this thing are absolutely gone ever since I got it, we got some coilovers, and they were sent to us by a company called MaXpeedingrods. Now I had these coilovers on my Civic actually about, I think it was 2017. I had them on my Civic and they lasted in their stock form a decent amount of time. I would say like 2 months or so, and then I got stupid and put really stiff springs on them, which obviously they're not valved for stiff springs, so they blew out and they rode like crap. But that was my fault. Let's get a little bit of an unboxing going on here. Britt, would you like to assist in the unboxing? Yes. Oh, they have camber adjustment. That's rad. These coilovers are definitely not priced high. They're priced pretty cheap, and it's great for budget builds and stuff like that, so it works awesome for the Subaru. So we'll install them, we'll put them on and everything, give you an honest review of how they feel. It is huge.
All that fucking adjustment.
I know. I hope that it lets you actually go low enough. By the way, I'm just going to literally max these out immediately because that's just how we do things around here. But
they're MaXpeedingrods.
They're max lower them down rods. Absolutely.
You can hear the shock.
Yeah, you can hear the shock.
You can hear like all the grease and mud.
Yeah. So this will definitely be a lot better than what we currently have going on right now. It's absolutely nauseating, so I'm excited to put these in. And since today is a sponsor video, you guys can always find the link to the sponsored product in the description. I will leave a link to these coilovers and to their website itself, and you guys can check them out for yourself. But now, let's get this thing jacked up and figure out where we're going with this. All right, so if you are unfamiliar with coilover installs, this is pretty much what you gotta do, at least for this coilover setup. So, as you can see, the new coilover has 2 holes down here. That's where it mounts to the actual hub. And then up here, it's got 3 screws that come up through the shock tower and bolt up right here. So 2 weeks ago, I already WD-40'd these, so they're already loose. So that's good. And surprisingly, the 2 bottom bolts came off perfectly on the old struts, which I was almost certain that they were gonna snap. But we have 3 more struts to go, so I'm not going to, icky. Ah! Oh, dust. Sand. So basically what we could do, one way is if we want to get kind of like a factory height, we could just make sure the coilover is the same size, or since we're going to be slamming it, just kind of pick a certain amount that we want to go low and match it for the rest of the car.
Yeah.
These 2 went in perfect, top 3 went in perfect. We didn't really do much adjustment to the coilover itself. We're just putting the ABS and brake lines back on. I don't know if you guys can see it. The bottom of the coilover is already pretty close to the axle. Yeah. So we may not have much room for adjustment here, which kind of sucks. What I do think will be nice though, is in the future, if we decide to lift this thing, we have all the adjustment within that collar that we can lift this thing up to.
Oh yeah.
And
what's nice, I was noticing too, your fenders, like, I don't know about the rear, but
no, dude,
there's no lip.
That rolled it by itself.
Rolled it by itself.
Mother Nature rolled that one. Drop her down. That is exactly the same height. Stiff.
But
it's definitely stiff. All right, so since these coilovers don't really let you go low, we decided that we're gonna lift it. It gives you, like, I would say 3.5 to 4 inches of lift before it becomes kind of unsafe to have that little thread in the actual collar itself. So I need a tape measure, and I thought we had a tape measure here, but we do not have a tape measure here, so. All right, moment of truth.
well, let me take the jacket.
Nah, send it. All right, let's see if it stays. Hey, hey. That's pretty good.
That's lifted, dude.
That's lifted.
But don't forget, you still have the other side too.
Wow. Okay. I'm cool with that. That's pretty good. We could get some meats on there. I definitely need to get new wheels. And I definitely need some new wheels and tires for this thing if we're gonna take it take it in the woods, but no, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna stop talking. I know I talk way too much and I'm sorry for that. We're just gonna start grinding and get all this stuff put on, and then we can take this thing out for a spin. All right, guys, all 4 coilovers are in the Subaru, and for once in my life, I used a set of coilovers to lift a car. I don't think I've ever done that before, and I don't think any of us have ever done that before, but it worked. This thing's definitely lifted a solid 3 inches more than it was, so let's pull this thing out and take a look at it in the sun. I could not tell at all while it was like inside here, but now that it's outside, it is so much higher. I'm just honestly happy that I have some nice or better suspension than my blown factory struts, so that's rad. All right, well, the second modification to the Subaru is complete. Brand new MaXpeedingrods coilovers are installed and used for not what I had originally thought. I came here thinking that I was gonna slam this thing on the ground, but we couldn't really do that. So we did the next best thing. We jacked it all the way up. Now this thing is lifted. But you guys saw the suspension before. It's got little to no bounce now, which is good. Tires are low, but no, this thing is rad now. I'm excited to see what it feels like on an actual road. Before, I was just like ready to throw up wherever I go because it's just so bouncy. But we'll put them to the test. We'll see what they feel like. I'm honestly a little worried that because this car has no roof now, that because the suspension is stiffer, it's gonna like make this thing flex and just break in half, which would be funny. But I obviously don't want that to happen on the road. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna take this thing out. We might go to the car wash and clean it out because it's still full of glass and shit. I just want to get that out of there and just see how it feels. Go for a little drive, you know? Okay, so the suspension definitely feels a little weirder. That might just be because I'm not used to nice suspension in this car. So
it feels so much better.
It feels so much better already. I mean, it doesn't help that it's a truck now, so we've lost kind of half the rigidity of the car. But it's a lot fucking better. Hopefully it doesn't snap in half, but that would be funny. So I don't know. Do I want that? No, I don't want that to happen. Do I?
No, you don't want that to happen.
I guess not. It will be funny though. It feels good, aside from my brakes, which are absolutely garbage. That guy in the BMW gave me the absolute dirtiest look. I'm sorry. Oh, Steve! Oh, Steve! Brother! Should we turn around?
No, we're okay.
No? Okay. Coilovers, I think we're a big success.
They feel good. There's no rattles.
They feel good. I think the only thing that I feel is just the lack of roof on the vehicle.
No, they don't rattle, which is nice.
No, they don't. I felt a little bit of binding, but I don't think that that's... Oh, we got a biker boy behind us. He can pull up next to me. Yeah, that's funny. It honestly is fucking night and day, dude.
Cool. It's so funny seeing just like this little golden collar in your MaXpeedingrod. Just like,
I know, you could see it.
I thought you were supposed to lower it.
Yeah, no. So we were gonna lower it, and then since the suspension like threads through it all the way through,
oh yeah,
it hits the axle, so it doesn't let you go low.
Oh wow,
it rides good.
It rides like really good. We just came
take it around. Everyone pile in the machine.
Like I feel nice going in here again because I'm not gonna sit on glass.
I charged the battery.
Let's go wheeling, boys.
We were thinking about going in the back path over there.
Oh, back?
Yeah.
Pump looks fucking awesome now. Well, pretty good.
Take it on the pad. Oh god.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude, this thing's big.
Hold on, boys.
Oh,
Those are big rocks.
It's lifted. What are you talking about?
oh,
What's the tires?
Oh, dude, this thing.
oh man.
I did see someone like go down this path. So.
Did I mention that we have no gas? Dude, this thing is so much fun with the top off.
That's what I was telling you. It's
so
nice.
It would be fucking lame if it was fucking lowered.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that I didn't.
Oh my god! Doing some shrubbing.
I definitely need new wheels and tires.
Dude, no, just same wheels, just big fucking tires.
Yeah.
We're in that one.
Oh my god.
This is the best thing you've done, Mike. Sell everything.
Oh my god. That was amazing.
I gotta get a Subaru.
So that's fun. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, MaXpeedingrods, for sponsoring today's video and doing all of this for us, because without you, I wouldn't have had coilovers for this car and used them to lift it. And they ride, surprisingly, very well for cheap coilovers.
And just
Shout
when
out
we
Pit
thought
Vipers.
you guys were not that great, you totally redeemed yourself. Totally redeemed
This thing is awesome. So. Yeah.